Hi, it's Liz from Lohas, Canada. So I did a video about the embroidery machine, the Janome E500, and I got some comments that I thought we'd do just a Q&A so that this video will be more about the questions that you've asked and I'll be able to answer them. So for the cotton thread that I'm using, I forgot to mention that I'm using mercerized cotton thread. So it's put through a chemical process, so it makes it a lot smoother, a lot thinner. I have not tried just 100% non-chemically made cotton, like chemically processed cotton, to use in my embroidery machine. So if you're just using 100% cotton, that probably will be very different than the mercerized 100% cotton that you're using for your thread. I have embroidery thread. It is obviously a lot more expensive, so I've been using just regular 100% mercerized cotton thread. So I just wanted to make that distinction because that will play a factor in if it will work in your machine or not, and just experimenting with it. So there was a question on if this was a good beginner embroidery machine. I don't have anything to compare it to. So this was my first embroidery machine. So I had a little while there where I didn't really know what I was doing. I was like, how does this arm move and everything like that. And for a while I also, for doing say like happy birthday, I was making these little envelopes for happy birthday, and I wasn't able to figure out how to put happy and birthday on the same one. So I'd actually do happy first, and then I'd program and just try to guess where the happy was on the grid, and then put birthday and then do it. So it is a little bit of a learning curve like anything. There isn't too much support out there for online. So that's why I wanted to make these videos, just to show you some of the basics, but it's pretty easy, beginner friendly. I also haven't gone into doing customization on it, so that would be a completely different thing. I've just been using the presets that are on the machine, but if I wanted to say do my own logo on a piece of fabric or a customized design, that's something completely different, which I haven't delved into, but once I do, then I'll make a video about that. But if for just a very basic beginner friendly one with some pre-designs already included, I believe it's a very easy, straightforward machine. So there was a lot of question of if you can embroider a shirt now, or hoodie, or anything like that, any type of already made clothing. So the problem with it is you can see this is a very large base, and with clothing you have a front and a back. So you only want to obviously embroider one piece. So it really just depends. If you're wanting to embroider something at the bottom, you're able to do it because you're able to maneuver the fabric around. So say if you're wanting to embroider a shirt, you have to make sure that it can go around the base of this, the width, and also this amount. So this shirt, if I were to do it, I would be very limited to where I would be able to embroider. Also, you have to think about that extra fabric. If I was wanting it to do it this way, you would have to think about, because I have to attach my hoop here, my frame, to here, so you really have all this extra fabric. It's not such a big deal for hoodies because it's a zipped up hoodie. If it's just a pullover hoodie, then you're going to run into the same problem as well. So this shirt might be a better example because it's not so wrinkly. So it's a zip down, but it's only partially. I'd be able to embroider this side because be able to put the frame and it's not going through. I wouldn't be able to do any embroidery here, but I could go further down and possibly do some embroidering at the very bottom. But it would be more difficult for me to embroider, say, the right side because I have so much fabric that's going to be pushing against there. And then if I wanted to embroider in somewhere in the middle, I wouldn't be able to do it. I did try to pick up my machine and pull it over, but because it just makes it you're putting fabric at the bottom of your machine, like under your machine. So it's not going to be even and stable as well. It's going to be a little bit rockety, and also I just couldn't do it because it wouldn't go over because of this arm is too wide on the other side. So I wouldn't be able to get a pullover over this machine. I would only be able to do certain areas and sides. It's meant for quilting, or it's meant for if you're doing it from raw material to sewing things together, if you're going to make a badge. So but there was a comment of asking where I bought it and bought the machine and also how much it was. So the machine, I bought it from a sewing store, not a fabric store, but actual sewing machine store in Abbotsford, and I'm on the west coast of Canada in British Columbia. And so I saw it on their website. I was really excited about it, and then I contacted them because I live on the island, Vancouver Island, so I wanted to purchase it before I went over there to make sure I could get it. And they actually said they had somebody just brought in this machine, so it'll be like a second-hand machine. It's perfectly new. The person just wanted to upgrade their machine, and I could get it for about $1,000 less. So it's always a gamble because you're always like, okay, well, I'm really hoping that this machine is solid and there was no problems with it. So they did a service on it and I was able to pick it up. So that was really great. So the person who commented said they also called the same company because they were near that location, and that the company was getting a new shipment in of sewing or of embroidery machines, and that a lot of people do return them, so you can get like kind of on a waiting list for any machines that have been returned so that you're able to get it at like a discounted rate. And it is a pretty significant discount, and also just depending on what you're doing and how much you'll be using it as well. A refurbished machine or secondhand machine is great. I also don't know if everything that I got is included in the original machine, so that's also an interesting perk, because then if they have something small or extra, or if they've been using this machine for a larger size of embroidery hoop or something, then you might be able to get that included. So on the machine, I was wondering what this thing is, and I was calling it a thing. So it's in the comments, somebody told me it was an automatic needle threader. So I still haven't figured it out, but that is quite interesting, and I'll have to figure that out, so then it'll just make it a bit easier, and when my eyes go, I'll be all prepared. So there's a couple questions about the different size of hoops that it comes with. Because I did get secondhand, I don't know if these are additional purchased hoops or if they are from another like machine that's compatible or anything like that, but these are the ones that came with the secondhand machine. So this hoop is 11 by 15 inches, and it does have to go into the machine like this because of the you attach it to the machine this way. This is the smallest one, and there's another size, and then the last size. So it came with 4 different hoops. So this one's about 10 by 10. So and they do have little marks you can see here. So this frame tells me it's at 200. So when I go to the machine, then I can search for the 200 size. So then I'm able to match the hoop up with what I am creating and putting in. So those are the hoop sizes. So lots of things to do with customization and learning about the machine. So I hope this video has helped a little bit more, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!